is Venla Luoma. I'm the managing and artistic director of Tehdas Teatteri, which is a small independent theatre here in Turku. The theatre was established in a place where there was a group of emerging artists, but there was no independent theatres here in Turku at all at the time, so they needed a space to make work, and the work that they kind of felt important and pressing somehow that needed to be done. So this was established by artists and is still artist-centered and artist-led space for performance. The way that we curate our program is not so much based on themes or so we don't say that okay, for the season 24-25 we're looking for pieces about this or this is the theme. Instead we have an open call for artists, and we kind of try to find new interesting brave ways of making or ideas that maybe just or somehow have that sense that this needs to be done, maybe from like something new, or that the artist, it's very clear that the artist has this pressing urge to do this piece. So instead of kind of predetermining the theme, we kind of want to hear and listen to the field and people making what kind of arises from them. Although we don't maybe call it as such, the practice-based research or artistic research is very much inherent in the practice of this theatre as a whole. We have sort of very obviously like conscious programs of residencies where people can, at the same time as they are making, they are also studying the ways they make the work they're making. So but also because, like I said, we are kind of artist-led and focused community, we kind of for that community we give opportunities to artists to kind of return and develop their own practice in a longer period of time. So they and also people work in different roles. So in one piece you might be directing, for the next you're designing the music, in the next you're on stage. So people can also kind of develop their artistic thinking from very different angles and kind of in different groups and formations, because we don't have the same set of people who are always on stage, but they vary and kind of, so there's certain fluidity in that. But then yet again, like we have been existing for 23 years, so there are people who are still involved. So that's kind of one giant artistic research project in a way. You can see just like people flourishing, and obviously like the fact that they are in a certain constant training in a way. It's not training coming from above, or it's kind of collaborative research in a way. But I don't know, and I guess it may be, if I'm thinking about artistically or people making work, maybe there's some sort of bravery or something, that faith in the work that you're doing gives you courage to kind of stretch your limits and seek for new ways, and not settle for when it comes from within, there is a different motivation and urge to not to settle, but kind of constantly renew somehow the work you're making and ways of making. Mental sustainability is one of the key, especially for the artists, freelance artists, is one of the key reasons we exist, or this theatre exists, because in the independent, or as we call it, free field of performing arts here in Finland, because when you don't have structures, you just apply for grants and you are such a lonely creature in the world, trying to kind of make your living through this crazy thing called performance. This creates kind of like a home base and a community and some sort of lighthouse of being. So I find that kind of is a key thing for freelance artists, to have those sorts of lighthouses within their practice. So that's on its own, I think, is quite a big thing for supporting or advancing sustainability. And then we also have like very practical projects where we try to, for example, extend the lifespans of performances, not that they only perform here for 12 times and then you have to create yet again a new piece. So how can we find ways in collaboration with other arts organizations to kind of recycle performances and practices? Yeah, well, those are a few examples.